Hey, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings. And today we're going to do a video to see how can we reclaim ourselves. Sometimes through illness or bad breakups, through abuse, through stress, through disappointments, through victories and positive things, we can lose sight of who we are. We can act in ways that don't match us. We can have a hard time like, where's my personality? Where's my spirit, my spark, my aura? How do I reconnect with inner me, real me, pure me, good me, magical me, youthful me? How do we get back us? And really be locked in with who you are. So that would be good to do a reading about that. I just pulled out some random numbers here. So we have 3, 5, 6, and 1. Go ahead and pick a number or two that resonates with you for this reading, and I will see you on your timestamp. All right, for those who chose number 3, how to get your authentic self back. We have soul forgiveness, swagger as a challenge card, bed, rose, and bridge. We'll go ahead and also pull a tarot card. So this looks like, life's not going to be a bed of roses. You have very high vibrational, beautiful energy with you. You do have the bridge to go over troubled waters here. But there also is the energy that when we make our beds, we got to lie in them at the same time. So we have this accepting, what has gotten us to the place that we are now feeling like disenfranchised from ourselves. We're feeling dissociative from our true self, and realizing, just a bunch of external flexing isn't going to get us back to that vibe. We have to connect to our higher vibration. We have to appeal to ourselves for forgiveness, because we can make mistakes against our own spirit and who we are. And that is something that we have to then heal ourselves, heal our inner child, make amends for what we can do. I actually just made a how to heal from our mistakes video, so you guys might check that out as well. And then after we do that and we're aware of, the state of things and how we got here, we can get out of that bed of comfort, that comfortable discomfort, right? Where we get comfortable being not ourselves. We get too comfortable with that, right? Being in the routine of not being in ourselves. We can be too comfortable being in our temper, in our exhaustion, in our tedious anxiety, whatever it is. And then we can move away from that. There is a pathway away from that energy here as well. And you have a chariot to drive over the bridge, and that is plenty of swagger. So this is saying you don't need to put on anything false or, unbecoming to you. You have, again, a gorgeous, beautiful soul vibration. Rose is very, very high vibrational. Just a really amazing energy. You might even work with rose energy. I always recommend that if it resonates with your health. And this is to go ahead and take off maybe the false armor that somebody else's personality feels like, or a temperament that's not actually yours might feel like it gives you a certain amount of bravado or protection or whatever it is. So let me give an example. Let's say that you've been working in customer service. So in order to work in customer service, you have a particular, tone that you use with those who give you trouble. But that tone is inauthentic to you. It's a learned defense mechanism. And it's something that you're realizing that you're carrying, after the hours and hours working customer service, you're carrying that attitude into your home life with your partner, your kids, your maybe into class, with your peers and things like that. And it's just really changing your dynamic of who you are. It's hard to shake this kind of work persona or this dealing with the outside world persona from who you are. So this is saying, realize why we got there. How did we make this bed in the first place? Oh, that's right. I had to make some money. I had to deal with working out, at work, being at work, code switching, all these kind of things. But now how can I go ahead and resolve this energy and remember my true, beautiful, radiant vibration? The Chariot card shows the past as well as moving towards the future. I love that this charioteer is actually looking towards the past, even though the Sphinx here is looking to the future for them. That higher self vibe is clocking the future, is like showing you what's coming up. But generally in the Chariot card, traditionally, we will see the city behind the charioteer, showing remembering where you came from, your roots and your origins, because it's a card of Cancer. So So this is saying, remember who you are. You know, we see this stream of water back here, kind of through the arches, like the high priestess, your Akashic records, your soul journey. We see the babies here. Who you really are is beautiful. Okay, it's a beautiful person. And aligning with that before you try to GPS forward so that you know where you really want to go and what are the right bridges to take is how you're going to reconnect with yourself. Okay, so don't look at yourself as being at war with the past, or oh, you know, man, 2013 me was amazing, 2023 me, oh my gosh, I've made mistakes, I'm not who I thought I would be, and have this kind of war and enmity within layers of yourself, right? Especially with all time, directions, and space being continuous, you want to realize that you can reclaim all of who you are in any direction at any time. And you want to do so with love and respect to all versions of yourself, even if some of them need to be put to bed, to rest and released, right? False personas, false programming, false defense mechanisms, okay? And then after that, you will step into your grandeur. You'll be able to compete in these streets. You'll still have toughness, but you'll still have your softness, your tenderness as well, and be able to bridge the gaps between those, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for group 3. Thank you for tuning in. Share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those who chose number 5 here, how can you go ahead and reclaim yourself? We have shame, discernment, caravan, sugar, guitar, maple, makes me proud as a challenge card here. I'll go ahead and also grab a tarot card. So this shows that the Nine of Pentacles, this shows that having the correct influences around you is so, so, so important. It looks like a lot of you have dealt with shame from elders, even people who are supposed to protect you, look out for you, people who are supposed to be your spirit friends, your spiritual community, you know, your loved ones, your family. People who were meant to journey with you this lifetime have contributed in ways that were not the best. They didn't always, you know, provide you with the encouragement to be a strong, autonomous, fully realized, happy, thriving person, to, you know, really enjoy who you are, take care of yourself, to know who you are. You could be pulled away from your roots, you know, rejected from them and not received. Some of you come from mixed backgrounds in some kind of way. And so this is saying that you've really endured not feeling that others were proud of you, that others saw you in sweet ways. You didn't feel like maybe they spoke the sweet tea about you. And so you've always been trying to, like, you know, find your own tune. Where do I belong? And kind of bridge between what other people were contributing about you and versus like what you felt you were and who you felt you are. And, you know, kind of trying to, how can I play my own song, but I'm trying to fit into the accompaniment of everybody else. This would cause you, in order to feel accepted, to block your third eye, to block your crown. I know Pisces, because I'm one. I know one thing that we can do is, this might sound so strange to like try to articulate it, but we will suspend what we know and our psychic intuition on something as an offering to those we love. Meaning, if you always see the truth about people, it can be hard to just go around giving unconditional love. But Pisces loves to love people. So what we'll do is we'll clock everyone's BS. We know what family and friends and everyone's up to. But because we love that person, that's when we'll put on the rosy glasses and we'll sacrifice like an offering and just give them space to just have our pure unconditional love and belief. But what happens is, you know, people aren't worthy of that. And if we're overdoing that, is we can become dissociated with ourselves. We can lose our inner voice for a bit there. We can start kind of spiraling and not having the direct discernment that we need. We can feel very emotionally sad and get very depressive. We can start feeling like, you know, our sugar's burnt, our sweetness is burnt out. We're losing our intuitive energy, our creative energy, our vibe, you know. And I feel like that's the vibe that I'm really getting here from you guys, is that vibe of being burnt out as a nurturer, as somebody who is trying so hard to create love with others by accommodating who you are and hiding away parts of who you are. And it very much gives me, here we have a person who is of mixed background, Black, Indigenous, and Native Indigenous, and that vibe that you have when you have to constantly juggle your identity, or change how you're expressing your identity based upon the backlash or the demands of those around you. So I feel like here we have the encouragement here balancing out with this Virgo card, the Nine of Pentacles. It is time to allow yourself to be the strong, supportive, loving elder. It's time to allow yourself to move forward without shame as who you truly are. Reclaim your roots, reclaim your song. Some of you, I'm getting keyboardists, we have guitar here. Some of you are bakers, some of you are travelers, you're psychics, you're mystics. You have so many varying gifts here. Some of you are good with numbers. Some of you are stylists or cosmologists, or just so many different things. I'm just getting like, I feel like you guys are amazing talents. Absolutely amazing. You picked 5. You were drawn to that unique vibration of a 5 energy, a higher mind. You might want to dress different and express yourself as who you are. And this is saying that to reclaim who you are, start by telling yourself that, I feel like choked up saying this, but that you're not ashamed and that you're proud of yourself. You know more than anybody else what it's taken to survive to this point. You know more than anybody else what your body has survived, what your mind has survived, what your spirit has survived. You know more than anybody else the sweetness that you need, the sweetness that you deserve. And even if you have made some big mistakes, I do have a video about that, how to heal from mistakes that we've made. Because yes, we can, when we're not healed and we're not ourselves, we can act in ways that hurt the planet, that hurt each other, that aren't the protectors and defenders of justice, and the vulnerable that we wish to be. And we can make some mistakes. So this is saying that you are somebody who can return to your fullness of the beautiful person that you are. You have so much wisdom that you don't want to let go. You have so much left on your journey. You have so much more to create. And I feel a lot of love. I feel this, spirit world, I think, is very choked up in their love for you and doesn't want to see you sad and depressed. It would be a loss for you to just give up on yourself now, or to feel like you can't heal, or that you can't return to your talents, your gifts, or recorrect from a mistake. This is something that is very important for you to do, because it's bigger. It's going to be even bigger than you as well. But the bigness of your life is very, very important and very precious just in that itself. Okay, just for you feeling good for yourself. So that's what I'm seeing here. So I hope you feel a lot of love and encouragement. I know I'm like talking with like frog throat because I was getting trick or treat. Hello. But but that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll talk to you again on another one. For those who chose group 1, we have grounding, hibiscus, mermaid, corn, and muses as a challenge card. We're also going to go ahead and pull a tarot card. How can you be reclaimed? How can you return back to yourself? Oh, flew right over there, didn't it? Oh, 2 of them. The Empress and the 5 of Wands. Wow. Sometimes you just feel energy roll off of cards, and this is just like, there can be no competition. There can be no competition for you to be you. Okay? And yes, that's even on the spiritual level. If you own your spiritual head, whenever you assert your free will, the spiritual world can't mess with your head either. That power of you setting your spiritual boundaries and saying, I am me. Do you know how powerful the words I am are? Certain languages, for instance, like ancient Hebrew, don't even say the words I am. They are designated for the divine. And we are divine beings. I am is magical creation. It is powerful incantation. And so you are saying, no, I am me. Not some other spiritual influence, not some influencer, okay? Not this person over here, this person over here. I am me. I call my energy back to myself. How powerful here, okay? Swache, I hope I'm saying this name correctly. This is her return name, her original name. You might know her as Sarah Bartman. She was known to be taken, you see she's number 3 like the Empress, to be stolen among many of our ancestors in Africa and to be toured around and have her body shown off against her will in derogatory fashion. And they returned her in this deck to her homeland, to her name here, to show her with respect and love. So how perfect to have an Empress card here in a reading to return yourself back to who you are. All right, we have your muses. It's saying call your inspiration, call your authentic inspiration, inspire spirit, call your spirit back to yourself. Call your creations back to yourself. Speak yourself by your true name. We're getting into those heebie-jeebies in a good way. Woo, kind of reading, okay? Who can stop you? Who can stop you from being yourself? Nobody. Not a spirit, not a plant, not a herb or root, not a deity in this world. You are your own soul. This is saying go mermaid gang on it. Go psychic on this energy. Hibiscus is flourishing. You see, I use that flower everywhere. All right, corn too. The corn has had genocide upon it, right? Corn has had GMOs and Monsanto and all these horrible things happen, but corn is gorgeous. It comes in, it's provided so much traditionally, in so many different colors and variations. Recall your heirlooms to yourself. Recall the fruits of your ancestors to yourself. All right, the fruits of your spirit back to yourself. Know that you have protection, but this protection helps you flourish in your passions, flourish in your body, flourish in your love of family, of culture, of home, of your passions and talent. Okay? Allow yourself to have that reclamation. Allow yourself to return on a soul level with frolic, with play, with joy, with sass, with pizzazz to who you are. Wow. Okay. I love it. Even with the pointed toe, with the toe ring on, to the pointed toe, on point. This Empress is owning herself, owning their self to every nook, cranny, and curve, okay? To every scepter and crook, okay? Wow, I feel like this is just a reading we mostly just sit back in awe of, and we observe and absorb, okay? Because when you have greatness like this telling you, you got it like that, you're deserving like that, love yourself like that, that's all you got to do is let your own spirit pour back into you and be your own inspiration. And there are no blockages anymore. There's just you moving forward and carrying yourself in a good way and triumphing, being spiritually aligned, being grounded and rooted, okay, and being very blessed and full of passion in life. So that's what I'm seeing for this group. Thank you so much for tuning in. I feel like it's a blessing to read your cards. I feel like this energy is spectacular and beautiful and courageous and honorable and amazing and encouraging. And I'm very grateful to read these messages. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose number 6, we have creativity, after loss, Cowrie, hot air balloon, black eyed peas, and the door. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle tarot card 2. How can you reclaim yourself, return unto yourself? Okay, look at it all the way down here. Wow, the Fool. It is absolutely time for you to recreate yourself, because we have the Fool card starting a new incarnation with the cheers here to this suspicious looking little coyote dog. And then we have, after loss, we have the Fool recreating creativity, a new open door, good luck, and spiritual divination. So, wow, this shows painful loss. You guys might have had, in the way the cards are showing, a dramatic loss. Some of you, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, discuss this loss for a moment. So, some of you could have had a miscarriage. Some of you could have lost a sister. Some of you could have lost an animal family member. Some of you also had a loss of your body, what your body was capable of doing, okay? Some of you had a very big loss of a very big opportunity, okay? And so these are things that could have caused, triggered some deep guilt, survivor's guilt, some depression, post-traumatic stress disorders, PTSD, different things like that. What we have now for reclaiming yourself is the spirit world is saying start over as if it's a new incarnation right now. All right, start over right now. Allow yourself to truly go through the door, go through the portal. You might even do a rebirthing ceremony. Depending on your traditions and cultures, there could already be things like that set in play, a renaming ceremony, all of this kind of thing. This is, a very big leap of faith, as readers love to say with the tarot or with the Fool and the tarot cards here. But I don't know. I feel like it's breathtaking. I feel like it's breathtaking. Like I want to hold my breath, but at the same time, I want to take the biggest scope of this new era as you're leaping into new portals here. The hot air balloon is such a lucky symbol. Just like every time I see it, something good happens. I don't know what it is. And then black eyed peas are blessings for a new year. They're very lucky energy here. Cowries show finances coming in and also spiritual wisdom that wants to be shared with you. Continue to do your divination and discover your doors. Then we have open doorways. So, there could have been where maybe, again with these readings, maybe we had some mistakes that were made. Maybe we weren't the best versions of ourselves. Maybe we've been like 7 different people here with the 7 sisters cards. And we feel like we've suffered for 7 years or 7 times over, whatever it is here. We have a 12 as well. But this is saying now it is a new start. It is your personal new year. Maybe when you're watching this, it's about to be your solar return or it's your cultural New Year's. And it really is time for you to allow yourself to be successful. You guys need to do your creative work. You also need to do your creative, magical practitioner work, okay? This is really time to honor that. I just can't express enough to start over as if the tragedies had never happened. Not out of any disrespect to anyone who may have crossed over, but it's time to give yourself a new start, because what better can you do than to learn, to accept, all the growth, to continue to create into this collective, and to accept the blessings and the doors opening and the opportunities and the good fortunes that are here for you to receive, along with the spiritual wisdom. I feel like you guys have suffered a lot. I really do. And I think that the things that have been ongoing, if you know that you've been having negative, unacceptable behavior lately as a reaction to being so pulled apart from who you are, it's time to stop. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you feel like, well, I'm just going to keep doing it then. I'm just going to keep snapping. I'm just going to keep having a temper. Again, I would refer everyone to the video I did for how to heal from mistakes. I feel like here it's saying it's okay to stop. It's okay to tell yourself that it's okay to move on from that phase of life and being that person. You don't have to feel like if you were miserable in grief, that now that this is, as my punishment, I just have to be a person of grief for the rest of my life because I ruined everyone's mood by being in grief and I was really mean and grumpy. No, you don't have to stay in that place. This is saying you absolutely can move on to joy, happiness, helpfulness. We need creators in the collective. We need good things being creative. We can't have just the stanky people creating things. So this is like begging you, please go through these new doors. Please share your luck. Please take off in this hot air balloon to new vistas. Please, create magically and spiritually and artistically all the things that you have. please show how you can come back thriving. And in this deck here, the Wildflowers Oracle, I have a counterpart card that is Fresh Future. And it has this baby's breath to the eyes, looking at new things to come forward, okay? So I feel like there's beautiful things here, and I think there's healing that can happen from these mistakes, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. I'll go ahead and stop there. I feel like I can just sink into these cards and go on and on for this pile. But I feel like there's a lot of love and a lot of beautiful healing, okay, and fresh chances and a lot of good fortune for you. All right, so please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.